demonstrations. I've got my serializers here, plant serializer. The tip serializer was just a duplication, and that's everything there. And then we head into the Rails app. So get plant game. So it's broken into the components folder. We've got the home page. It's got a header, it's got a sidebar, and it imports the plant component and the sidebar as a component and the header as a component. I've done quite a bit of styling in CSS for every component. So there's the styling there. We can see it here. So this is the home page. It's got navigation up here. The routes do work, but the links behind them, the logic isn't all complete yet. So, and I've had to use a different API because I could not access the plant data in my API. So I'll show you the issue with that. If I change it to plants, it says uncaught in promise syntax error, unexpected token in JSON at position, and I was not able to debug that one, so that was unfortunate. I'm still keen to know how to fix it. Okay. But otherwise, if you use a different API, it works perfectly. So you've got your feed of plant tips. Each one is set out like a card with an image, indoor, outdoor, and that would have been linked to these categories. So you could click them and just get all the indoor ones. This would have been the date that it was entered, and a brief description. So I use the CSS styling to only show the first 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and then put the ... after that, so that all the cards would be the same size. You've got your sidebar here, so something about the plants, and then the plant type categories. So this is home. The brand bar leads to home. You've got home, you've got about, so about us, and an email. You could create, so ideally when you had signed in, you could create a new tip. So you've got your plant tip title, your description. You could upload an image, select the category and press publish. Once you sign in, so you sign in here and log in, or if you didn't have a login already, you could register and go to the register page, email and password, and it would be validated. Press submit, and you could go to your dashboard also and delete your account or update your account. So that's pretty much the whole page. If we go back to the code, So as I said, you've got your homepage component here. You've got your navigation bar. I used Bootstrap to style. So this is the toggling navigation bar. It's also responsive. So everything is responsive, and it goes down into this toggling navigation there. Got CSS, the about component and CSS, the dashboard. So it used forms from Bootstrap. And I also made my own form, select menu here for one of the forms where you're choosing the category, and styled that. I've got a login, which is very similar to the dashboard. Register, again very similar, with CSS, the CSS for login. When you want to create a new tip, there's a form here. There's the component for the select dropdown and publish. This is supposed to be where a single plant is displayed, but it doesn't have any logic or formatting yet. This is the sidebar. So you've got your plant type, indoor, outdoor, and the styling for the sidebar, which is quite extensive. And plant, which is probably where I've done the most logic so far. So calling in, doing it as a component, componented mount, calling a fetch request to my API, get. I did play around with this authorization to try and get my data across with the JWT token, but that did not work. Setting the state, putting a catch error, and then if all is okay, rendering. So with a loading spinner, if it loads, it returns the image, the name, the categories, the title is supposed to be here, the date, and the description. And the styling here, so you can see creating the card to make it all the same size. If we go here to app.js, we've got all of the routes, so browser router, so you've got the navigation bar component, then the routes, home, about, new tip, dashboard, login, register, and single. The custom CSS, this is where I put the Bootstrap link. Index.js, it just renders the app. Package.json, I added this proxy so that the Rails server could sit on localhost 5000. I've added Bootstrap. Redux, which I haven't gotten through to implementing. Yeah, a number of things, something called Shrine, where I was going to allow image uploads. I think that's all I've got to show you. Thank you.